Okay, in this video, I'm going to be recapping UFC Fight Night Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. The fight night was horrible. The main card was really boring, except for one fight, which was super fun. Overall, the card was mid. A weird time in the UFC's history right now, I think. The UFC just really sucks, and I can't state that enough. It's really bad right now, but there was some good shit on this card. Nazim Sadikov versus Nicholas Mata made this fun. The main event was really boring to me, but some people had fun with it. So, we're going to get into it. Muhammad Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. Muhammad Naimov won the fight by decision. I picked him to win by decision. I thought he won by decision, but Bogdan Grad did do good. He kept it in there. He kept it competitive. He tried to pressure grapple Muhammad Naimov a lot in this fight, and it was working in a lot of moments, to be honest, but Muhammad Naimov was pretty good at keeping it on the feet and landing the better shots, in my opinion. He landed a spinning wheel kick in the first round, which rocked Bogdan Grad, which clearly gave him that round. Bogdan was also throwing a bunch of spinning wheel kicks. He threw like two every round, and it never landed once. But it was cool that he was going for it at least. But the rest of it was Bogdan landing basic shots and shooting takedowns over and over and over and over and over. 10 takedown attempts, 3 landed. Muhammad Naimov outstruck Bogdan Grad the first and the third clear. So, or maybe it was first and second clear. I know he got the first clear, and one of the other ones was close, but I thought Muhammad Naimov clearly won the fight. He won decision, outstruck Bogdan Grad, what I thought he was going to do. To be fair, Bogdan is strong. He's great. He's pretty fucking good. And his grappling is menacing. And he looks really ugly. But, yeah, that's about it for that one. Next, the highlight of the card, Nazim Sadikov versus Nicholas Mata. This was a war. This was an actual really good fucking fight. For as long as it lasted. Nicholas Mata started strong. Nazim was striking well in the first little bit of the first round, and then Nicholas Mata poured it on Nazim, put him up against the fence. Really good boxing in this fight from Nicholas Mata. I thought he showed it. He showed a boxing like skill set that was developed, and he was ripping to the body and ripping up top and just winging shots for like 30 seconds. To be fair, Nazim was covering up and blocking a lot of them. The ref was looking in and he was interested in stopping it a little bit, but I think Nazim did enough on the cage to ward off the ref. He was blocking a lot of stuff, and then right at the perfect time, he decided to throw back. So he was out of danger. Nazim was obviously a little bit hurt, but he was still in the fight. And right after that exchange, Nicholas Mata completely gassed in the first round, and Nazim started to pour his own offense on. I thought Nazim could have still gotten the first round. He put Nicholas on the fence at pretty much right after that exchange, and started landing his own shit, and then just being more technical and just more clean technical striking from Nazim Sadikov in terms of just like quick shots that are landing hard. Nicholas Mata's still doing good in the boxing, but he's just a little bit slower, a little bit sloppier. Nazim starts to put it on him, and then the second round hits. Same thing. They're trading shots on the feet. Super fun fight. Throwing to the wind. A brawl, but a technical brawl, especially from Nazim Sadikov. And then Nazim gets him against the fence, rips some body shots, rips some head shots, head hook, like rips hook, right hook, drops Mata, and finishes him in the second round, which was very cool to watch. Nazim Sadikov is a fucking menace and someone to look out for at the lightweight division. He is very good. He didn't get to showcase his grappling that much in this fight at all, actually, but I know he has good grappling. He has very slick striking. He's willing to go in there and brawl, and he has a great chin. Watch out for Nazim Sadikov. He's going to be a menace as things move forward. Next, Tafik Musayev versus Miktek Oralbai. This is one-way traffic from Oralbai. He took him down, grapple fucked the shit out of him in the first round, and then subbed him with like 20 seconds to go. Tafik Musayev couldn't really do anything. He was on his back for the majority of the fight. Miktek, that's how the whole fight went. He shot a takedown in the first like 10 seconds. He got it, laid on him. They got back. Musayev was able to get back up for a second. They exchanged on the feet for a second. Musayev was landed like a couple shots and made it like, oh shit, here we go. And then Oralbai took him down again, got on top. and got a Kimura finish on him. So very bad look for Mazayev in his debut in his home country. Very sad for him. I picked Oralby to win. At this point, I'm 100%. I actually did really good on picks on this card. I didn't do that good. But I picked Oralby to win, and he did win by submission. Way more dominant than I thought he was going to. And yeah, that's sad for Tafik. Kimura submission. You don't see Kimuras happen very often, especially at high levels, so it's not a good look. But yeah, McTickback gets it done. Very heavy grappling game plan. Boring, but who cares really? Next, Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. I have a lot of problems with this fight. This fight pisses me off. Not because I think it's a robbery. I think Curtis Blades won the first and the third, but the fact that this fight happened at all pisses me off, but more so the fact that Kuniev had his moments and actually did his thing, and that there's even an argument for a robbery pisses me off so much. The fact that that people can even just be delusional or be that there's an opinion at all that Kuniev could have won this fight is so irritating, because Curtis Blades should have destroyed Rizvan Kuniev. He just should have. He's making his debut against the number 5 opponent in the UFC after fighting only Bellator guys. That has never gone well for any fighter, and fighters that are much fucking better than Rizvan Kuniev. It shows that the heavyweight division has zero depth whatsoever. There's no hype at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall is pretty much the only good heavyweight, besides Volkov, Ciryl Aspinall, Sergey Pavlovich maybe. That's really it. And it's really sad to see, because Curtis Blades is number 5 in the world and made it really close against Rizvan Kuniev making his debut. And he is fat. He's just a big fat guy who made it really close against Blades, which is so annoying. But as for the fight, Curtis Blades won. He won the first round. He outstruck him. He held him against the cage. Boring as fuck. Held him against the cage and landed more strikes. Second round, Rizvan did a lot of damage, landing more efficiently, and swelling up Curtis's face, and I think he had a cut. So he clearly got that round. And then the third round, Curtis Blades was landing better. He was landing better low kicks, better shots on the feet, more shots on the feet. 56 to 45 significant strikes, 101 to 58 total strikes. 2 takedowns for Curtis Blades, 0 for Kuniev. Curtis Blades went for 15 takedowns in this fight, and he only got 2. Not a flex. This one is not a flex. This is embarrassing. It's not a good look. He got it done. I thought this was going to be a goddamn domination, and it wasn't. He beat Jelton Almeida so much easier than this. It's really sad to see. There is rumors that Curtis Blades tore his ACL in the first round, which in that case, it would explain why he didn't try to grapple as much on the cage offensively. But I hope that's the case, because then it gives him an excuse. But otherwise, it's a really bad look. So I hope I don't hope he tore his ACL, but performance-wise, it'd be better for his image if he did. Next, Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. I wanted Bahamondes, and he did not get it done. Fiziev got it done, which I'm super hyped about. I wasn't expecting it, though. Rafael Fiziev was able to negate Ignacio Bahamondes' reach by doing his matrix fucking head movement and finding his way into the pocket and landing mean body shots with his hands. That's pretty much the story of this fight. Fiziev able to land clean body shots, rip hooks in the first round, back up, land his shots more effectively than Bahamondes in the first. In the second and third, he implemented his grappling, and Bahamondes really couldn't deal with it. I thought he was going to be able to deal with it because he's the grappler of the two, but no. Fiziev was able to take him down in the second. He was able to take him down in the third when he needed to, and he was able to keep it close to even or a little bit more good on the feet as well. So, yeah, Rafael went 4 for 4 on takedowns. Ignacio went 0 and 2. He went for a pull. He pulled guard at one point too, and Fiziev just got out of it instantly. Ignacio was trying to mix it up, but he was mixing it up in the wrong ways. And that put him in bad positions. Fiziev got a takedown out of a weird moment in this fight where he threw a spinning wheel kick. Fiziev knew what he needed to do, and he did it. He took him down when he needed to, beat him up on the ground, and landed good shots on the feet and kept it really even. So Fiziev won the decision. It was boring, but it wasn't like the worst fight ever. And I'm happy for Fiziev. I'm glad he won in his home country. And then every single person in the entire crowd left after this fight, which is so bad. But the entire crowd was empty for the main event, which is not how it should be. But they really were only there for Fiziev, it seems, because he's an Azerbaijan fighter. That is so strange to me. Just watch the main event. You paid so much money to be there, but watch the main event. It seems to be ungrateful to me, but whatever. Next, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree, the main event. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I picked Jamal Hill to piece apart Khalil Rountree in the hands department on the feet. Khalil had not proven to me that he was good enough to be the top of light heavyweight. He proved to me that he had good rounds against Pereira, who can be stagnant, and that he beat Anthony Smith and it took him 3 rounds. That's what he proved to me. So I wasn't super confident with Khalil Rountree going into this fight. What I did not expect was Jamal Hill to be completely allergic to any exchanges on the feet this entire fight, and for Khalil Rountree to be super refined and have a super good game plan and be able to capitalize on the opportunity very efficiently. Khalil Rountree was very technical in this fight. He was very good. He was slamming low kicks the whole fight. He was waiting for shots. He never overextended once, which made for a really boring fight, but it also made for a Rountree domination in terms of the points. This is not a domination in terms of actual fighting. But if it was a point like fighting, if it was like karate or something, domination. But Rountree clearly won. Beat Jamal Hill all 5 rounds, I think. Dropped him like 3 times or how many times did he drop him? He only dropped him once? No, he didn't. He dropped him like 3 times. I think he dropped him like once in like the second, third, and fourth or something. He dropped him more than one time. I know that for a fact. But Jamal Hill couldn't get anything going. He started like a leg kicking game plan in the first, Jamal did, and then he just abandoned it in the second, third, and fourth and fifth because his leg was getting chewed to oblivion by Khalil Rountree. He was kicking him way harder than Jamal was, and it was working. Jamal Hill's leg was cooked after the second round, and then every single time Jamal Hill wanted to land anything on the feet, come in and try to pressure and throw, Khalil would counter and hit him big and hit him with a lot of power and drop Jamal like 3 times. So every single time Jamal came in, he got hurt, which made Jamal hesitant to come in, which made him way behind on points. Khalil piecing him up on the back foot, running away from exchanges, being safe, being smart, and piecing apart Jamal Hill for 5 rounds. Wasn't very fun at all. Very technical, very good, and impressive from Khalil Rountree, to be honest. It shows that he is top level. I am scared for every fighter. For like a Yuri, I'm scared for a Yuri going against Rountree. He has a ton of power. I think fighters like Yuri, though, will be able to break him if it gets weird. I think Rountree is very breakable if you put a lot of pressure on him, if you don't get caught, because he does have a lot of power and he does like to fucking throw with a lot of power. But I think his gas tank could be an issue. I think his toughness could be an issue. I know he showed a lot of heart and toughness in the Pereira fight, but he also showed that he can get broken down. And I think a Yuri with a lot of pressure could do that. Way more likely to get caught than Pereira on the feet is Yuri, but there's problems. I think a Magomed Ankalaev could put really good pressure on Khalil. He could get low kicked to death. Khalil's very interesting now at the top of light heavyweight. I'm not going to count out Khalil anymore. He proved himself to me in this performance. Khalil's a top fucking light heavyweight, and he is championship material if he needs to be. On the right day, Khalil is champion. Jamal Hill, it's not looking good career-wise for Jamal Hill. That's 3 back-to-back losses. He's not confident anymore on the feet. He's not confident anymore. He used to have a swagger in there where he knew what he was doing. He knew what he wanted to do. He was confident he was going to be able to get it done. It didn't feel like that in this fight. It felt like he was always a step behind, and he always knew he was kind of a step behind, and he didn't want to get knocked out. That's how it felt. It felt like he did not want to get knocked out. So he chose to lose by decision instead of getting knocked out while trying to get a knockout himself. Is how it felt to me, which made for a boring fight and it made him lose. So not the best game plan, but at least he didn't get knocked out, so maybe he can come back sooner. But in terms of matchups for Jamal Hill, if he's not removed, I saw a post that he might have gotten cut, which I don't believe that is true, but if it is true, that's insane. I don't think it is. But Jamal Hill versus Dominic Reyes is funny. Jamal Hill versus Blachowicz maybe even is funny. Khalil Rountree versus Yuri versus an Olberg, but I feel like Olberg Yuri is going to happen, so maybe you keep Rountree on ice. I don't know. The heavyweight's a little bit weird, but the fight was boring. Not a lot happened. It was still kind of entertaining if you like technical striking. It was pretty cool from Khalil Rountree. And overall the card was lame and gay, but but I'm excited for next weekend. Holy shit. The UFC 317 Topuria versus Oliveira is going to be amazing. I keep telling myself this weekend's main event's going to be super fucking exciting. This weekend, I said it for Usman Buckley. I was like, there's no way this fight can be boring. Delusional. I said it for this one. Two strikers. They're two crazy knockouts on both sides. There's no way this fight's going to be boring. Boring as fuck. I'm telling you right now, there is no way Topuria versus Oliveira can be boring. There is no fucking possible way. The only way it could possibly be boring is if Oliveira takes down Topuria and holds him down for a decision. I don't expect that to happen. If that's the way this fight goes, it'd be the worst thing ever. But there's no way to me. And maybe I'll jinx it, but there is no way this next fight can be boring. And maybe we'll finally get an exciting finish out of a main event this year. Maybe. So, that's about it. Those are my thoughts on this card. Let me know what you think. I will see you soon.